Hey, Isabel. Sorry it's last minute, but I need a favor. Is everything okay? It's Sunday, so you're home now, aren't you? Yeah, I'm home, but. Oh, perfect. I just dropped Ethan off at your front door. Can you watch him for me? Wait, what? Right now? Yeah, exactly. Oh, and he hadn't had breakfast yet, so if you could feed him, that'd be great. Hold on. This is way too last minute. I'm not sure if I can. It's an emergency. That's why I'm asking you so suddenly. What kind of emergency? I have something really important that I just can't skip today. Fine, I'll watch him today. But please don't do this again without notice. I know. Thank you so much. You're a lifesaver. Oh, and I'll be in touch later. I might need you to keep him until late tonight. Wait, what? You're gonna be out that late? Well, I'm busy too, you know. That night. Isabel, thanks again for today. Looks like your emergency took all day. Was everything okay? It was totally fine. But honestly, I can't thank you enough. You even gave him a bath, huh? Yeah, I mean, given the time, I kind of have to. Thanks again. I had such a wonderful, relaxing day. Wait, what do you mean by relaxing? I treated myself to a spa day. It was absolutely amazing. Hold on, that was your emergency? Yep. I thought it was something serious, like a hospital visit or something. Oh, you misunderstood? My bad. You say it was an emergency. That's why I agreed to watch Ethan. While for me, it was an emergency. No, it's not. That's just your opinion. No, your sense of priorities is way off. Oh, come on. No need to get so worked up. Didn't you have a fun Sunday though? Ethan told me you took him to the park. Well, yeah, Mason was going to the park anyway, so I just took them together. I bet it was more fun with him there, right? The kids did have fun, but see? Then it's all good. Oh, by the way, Ethan told me something I should pass along. What is it? He said he preferred fried rice for lunch next time. Huh? He told me that you guys just had some sandwiches for lunch. Yeah, that's what my son prefers. Well, we usually have something more hearty at home. So, could you make it for him next time? I am not watching him again, but Ethan really likes your place. And I enjoy getting a break too. It's a win-win for everyone, isn't it? Have you ever considered how much of a burden this is on my family? Burden? It's just one extra kid. How hard can it be? If you need a babysitter, ask your husband to do it. Yeah, that's not happening. Ryan's not exactly good at that kind of stuff. That doesn't mean you can just dump him on me. My family has plans too. Wow, you're so cold-hearted. Think whatever you want. I already do. A few days later. Hey, Isabel. Oh, I've got some news. If you're asking me to watch Ethan again, the answer is no. Oh, I know. You're going on that trip, huh? Yeah, but how do you know? Well, about that trip, I took over your reservation. Wait, what do you mean? I'm staying at that fancy resort instead of you. Wait, hold on a second. Oh, and just so you know, showing up now won't change anything. I mean, what's done is done. I'll be enjoying it with Jessica and Lauren instead. I've never stayed at a place that cost $3,000 a night before, but my reservation was for two adults and one kid. As long as they don't catch on at check-in, it's fine. Gotta be smart about it. Alright, later. The next day. Isabel, that was absolute heaven. So you have fun stealing my reservation? Don't make it sound so bad. You're making me sound like a villain here. Because you are. At least I'm messaging you to thank you properly. A thank you doesn't mean much at this point. But really, Jessica and Lauren were saying the same thing. Staying at a $3,000 per night resort? Unreal. Oh, you're paying for more than just the room. You're covering everything you splurged on too. Wait, what? I hope you're for your bill, because that resort, it's post-paid. What? No way. Well, whatever, it's not my problem. What do you mean? I check in using a reservation. If I just walk away, the bill will be sent to you, right? Oh, I already called the resort. What do you mean? I told them someone stole my reservation. That 3 adults check-in when the booking was for 2 adults and 1 child. Why would you do that? Because otherwise, I'll be the one stuck with your bill. And if something went wrong, they would have called me. I also made sure they know you're the one staying there. Wait, you told them it was me? Yup. So if you try to skip out on the bill, they won't be calling me. Hope you have a smooth checkout. Wait, Isabel, you never say anything about this. Well, I never expected to have my reservation stolen. Come on, Isabel, help me out. Sorry, but no. I'm about to go sightseeing now. Wait. Meanwhile, Isabel had arrived at the same resort. Wait, you're staying here too? Yep. I arrived after you stole my reservation. Then where have you been? Oh, I was just in the other room. Wait, what? I explained the situation to the resort staff. They admitted they made a mistake letting you check in without verifying first. And what happened? So, they gave me a free stay in the $3,000 suite as an apology, just for my family. What? Of course, I pay for meals and extras. That's so unfair. Why do I have to pay for everything? Because you stay here? Well, yeah, but be sure to pay $3,000 per person for your room. But that's not gonna cover everything else. What do you mean? I went all out here. I ordered expensive wine, a luxury dinner, everything. The bill must be insane. I can't afford this. Well, that's on you. And I told Jessica and Lauren it was free. Why on earth would you say that? Well, I got a free spa day recently, so I figured I owed them something. Thinking that is one thing. But using my trip to pay them back? That's insane. What do I do now? I guess I'll have to just come clean and figure something out. A little while later. So you told Jessica and Lauren the truth? Yeah, but... And? They both said they never agreed to pay, so they're not covering anything. They both just left me here. Now I'm just sitting at the front desk, waiting for Ryan. So you called your husband? I had no choice. The staff said I can't leave without paying. And they said they called the cops. I really can't have that happen. Yeah, that would be bad. Ryan is on his way with the money. But I know he's going to be furious because the total bill is over $12,000. That much? Yeah. And apparently, he's bringing my parents with him too. I mean, I can't blame him for needing backup. But bringing them here? I'm going to get yelled at in public. Well, that's your own fault. This is literally the worst day of my life. Hey, by the way, there's something I need to say. What now? You seriously haven't even once apologized for putting me through all this? But you got a free luxury suite in the end, right? Wow, that's all you have to say for yourself? In that case, don't ever contact me again. Wait, what? Why? I was just offended by Jessica and Lauren, and now you too? There is no way I'm staying friends with someone this selfish. A few days later, Haley showed up at my house with her husband to apologize. Right then and there, I told her I never wanted to hear from her again. She had to promise that in front of her husband. Since then, Haley has been oddly quiet, like she's a completely different person. As for me, I saved a ton of money on this trip, so I'm already planning my next vacation. Wow, I still can't believe it. Who would have guessed that my son's new best friend lives in the same high-rise as us? Seriously, Lillian, you should have mentioned that sooner. Hi, Melody. Yeah, that was definitely a surprise earlier. I had a feeling we might have something in common from our conversation with the other moms, but I never imagined we were living in the same building. Oh, by the way, I've been living here since the building first opened, so about 2 years now. Well, I guess that's what happens when we're both married to successful men working at a top company. Just between us, I worked really hard to land my husband. Before I met my doctor husband, I joined this elite matchmaking service that specifically targets doctors, lawyers, and other high-level professionals. But get this, the membership fee was $3,000 a month. Luckily, my family is pretty well off, so my parents covered it for me. I figured if I was spending that much, there was no way I was settling for anything less than a rich husband. But of course, all the handsome rich guys were swarmed with women, so I went for someone less attractive. And that's how I found my husband. I mean, I'm pretty good looking, right? So when I showed interest, he was completely over the moon. He fell for me instantly. At the time, I wasn't even working, just kind of helping out around the house. But he didn't care at all. He was just eager to marry me. At least my son turned out cute. He must have taken after me. So, Lillian, how did you manage to land a rich husband? Wow, $3,000 a month? That's insane. I guess if you're spending that much, you'd have to make sure you marry rich. Honestly, I'm a little embarrassed to admit it, but I met my husband through an arranged marriage. My dad had already kind of decided who I was going to marry based on business connections. But he still wanted to go through the proper steps, so he arranged a formal introduction. My husband has a pretty intimidating look, so at first I was nervous, but not in a good way. But he turned out to be surprisingly kind, and I totally fell for him. Wow, listen to you gushing. I mean, yeah, your husband does look pretty intimidating. I was actually shocked when I saw him at the school event the other day. I mean, your husband and your son look exactly alike. But hey, if your dad picked him, he must be good at his job. After all, you guys can afford to live in this building. By the way, what floor do you live on? Oh, sorry. My dinner's boiling over. I need to go. Let's plan to have a play date for our son soon. Yeah, see you later. A few days later. Okay, this is seriously hilarious. What's going on? The other day, when I asked you what floor you lived on, you totally dodged the question, didn't you? So I asked around, and guess what? You live on the first floor? That's like bottom tier living. Who moves into a luxury high rise just to live on the first floor? If you can't afford it, why force yourself to stay here? This is too funny. Were you so desperate to live in this building? By the way, I live on the 30th floor. Yes, Melody, I do live on the first floor. Actually, we originally wanted to live in a house, but because of some family circumstances, we have to move into this high-rise instead. So I requested a unit with a yard, which is why we chose the first floor. And honestly, I hate to say this, but just because you live on a higher floor doesn't make you superior. I have no trouble living on the first floor. In fact, I love it. I get to enjoy gardening in my backyard. Wow, that's some loser talk. Oh, please. The first floor is full of bugs. There's nothing good about it. So your arranged marriage turns out your husband is just a low-level worker, huh? I mean, if you had money, you wouldn't be living on the first floor. I look up the rent for the first floor. It's dirty cheap. I don't know how you can live there without feeling embarrassed. If that were me, I'd die of shame. Honestly, I wouldn't even tell people I live in this building if I were on the first floor. Lillian, you must really care about appearance. But hey, no need to keep up the act with me. Oh, this is gold. I can't wait to share this with the other moms. What a juicy story. Like I said, we didn't choose the first floor because of money. You can say whatever you want to the other moms, but I don't talk badly about my husband. I'm perfectly happy with my life. Oh, here we go. Defending him now, huh? Just so you know, by tomorrow, everyone at preschool is going to know how broke you are. I told you we're not broke. You know what? Do whatever you want. The next day. Oh, by the way, I just realized your plate is right below mine. I dropped an old frying pan from my balcony. Did it land safely in your yard? Melody, what the hell is wrong with you? If that had hit someone from 30th floor up, you could have killed them. My son plays in that yard. Do you have any idea what kind of disaster that could have caused? Oh, quit whining. People on the first floor don't have the right to say things like that. Poor people should be grateful for free stuff. You out there, pretentious poor friend living on the first floor. I just tossed the used tissue down. Make sure to pick it up. I'm not letting this slide. In case you didn't know, I own this building. What? You hear me. The title for this building is under my name. Wait, what? Are you seriously saying you own this entire building? Or have you just lost your mind from being too broke? I'm not making this up. My grandfather thought it would be good for me to have a steady income even after getting married. So he built this high-rise and put it under my name. Originally, we were supposed to just own the building and live somewhere else in the house. But my grandfather insisted, if you're going to be the owner, you have to live in it. So reluctantly, I moved into the first floor unit with a yard. Oh, and by the way, yes, the first floor rent is lower than the higher floors, but I don't pay rent because I own the building. You, you're lying, right? You're just saying that because I've been messing with you too much, right? Oh, come on, Lillian. Don't be ridiculous. If you keep talking nonsense like that, I might have to spread some interesting rumors about you. If you don't believe me, why don't you check the property records? Actually, the lease agreement you signed should have my name listed as the owner. Oh, wait. Don't tell me you don't keep track of important documents. Also, saying you deliberately married someone unattractive? That's just cruel to your husband. You wouldn't even have your crusty lifestyle if it weren't for him. How I talk about my husband is my business. Wait, are you really serious about this? Are you actually the owner of this entire building? Yes, which means I know everything that goes on here. For example, I know you were a few days late paying rent last month, and the month before that, you were late by a whole week. Are you, by any chance, struggling financially? I don't know exactly how much your husband makes, but if you keep falling behind on payments, it becomes my problem as the owner. That was just bad timing. It just happens to be at the same time as some other payments. I was barely late, okay? I paid in the end, so it doesn't even matter. And about that frying pan, that's considered illegal dumping, so I'll be reporting it to the police. Oh, and that issue you tossed down into my yard? Yeah, I'll be bringing that up with them too. My grandfather has some close ties with the chief of police, so he might take some special interest in this. Wait, what do you mean by take special interest? Hold on. Chief of police? Lillian, I was totally out of line. Please forgive me. It was all just a joke. A way of showing affection. So please don't take it seriously. Wow, that's some twisted way of showing affection. Also, blaming other bills for why you can pay rent? So you are struggling financially, huh? Anyways, I have more important things to do, so I'll be heading off. Expect a visit from the police. No way! Later, I only reported the frying pan incident to the police. Melody ended up with just a formal warning. Sure enough, Melody's financial issues kept getting worse. She started missing rent payments more and more. After 3 months of non-payment, she was finally evicted. In the end, lies always get exposed. Hey Athena, have you decided where you're going for the long weekend? I don't have any plans yet, but if you invite me, I might just tag along anywhere. I mean, your son and my son get along so well, don't they? I think it'd be way more fun and memorable for them if they spend the weekend together. Personally, I love to go on a little trip. Of course, all the other moms would be invited too. The kids are only 4, so they might not remember everything when they're older, but still, we still want to create special memories for our little ones, don't we? Hey Riley, sorry, but we actually already have plans, so we won't be able to join you and your son this time. But we should be back by the last day of the weekend, so maybe the kids can have a play date then? How about taking them to the play area at the mall that day? It's free, and I think the kids would have a great time there. Free? What do you mean by that? Are you implying that I can't pay to go anywhere? Well, it's true I'm kind of broke, but still. Anyways, listen to this. My husband messed up at work and got it off. It's seriously the worst. Why did I even marry that guy? And now we're totally stuck financially. At first, we were borrowing money from our parents, but after a while, they just couldn't keep helping us anymore. I'm only telling you this because we're close, Adina. We're borrowing from a loan company now. And yeah, my credit cards are totally maxed out. I wish I had found a stable husband like you and lived a peaceful life. But you wouldn't understand what I'm going through now, would you? A loan company? That sounds really tough. Maybe you should consider getting a part-time job or something to help out. Both my husband and I work, so even though money is tight, we manage to get by. These days, it's really hard to survive on just one income. I could let you know if I hear about any good job openings. As a matter of fact, my company is hiring cleaning staff right now. Would you be interested in applying? What? You're saying I should be a janitor at your company? Wow, do you even hear yourself right now? So while you're sitting there typing away at your fancy desktop, I'm supposed to be on my hands and knees scrubbing floors? Let's say I do take the job. I could handle the woman's restroom, but there's no way I'm cleaning up after random guys in the men's room. Besides, my husband is the type who wants his wife to be a stay-at-home mom. You know the type. I'm the provider, so I call the shots kind of guy. That's exactly him. So I have no intention of working, and I refuse to lower my standard of living. I'm pushing my husband to do something about it right now. I keep telling him if you don't get a new job, your salary is just going to keep going down. I don't care if it's at a shady company, just do something. Until then, we'll just have to keep borrowing from our parents again. Not that we'll ever be able to pay them back since we already owe a ridiculous amount. Wow, that sounds really rough. Well, hang in there. A few days later. Athena, what the hell is this about? Huh? Riley, what's wrong? Oh, don't play dumb with me. You told me you had plans for a long weekend, right? Turns out those plans were a mom's only trip to Hawaii without me. I just overheard Madison and Natalie talking about it at preschool pickup. Why was I the only one left out? Why didn't you invite me when I asked about your plans? That's seriously messed up. Aren't we supposed to be friends? Then why? I can't believe this. Riley, calm down. We decided not to invite you before we even knew about your husband's laid off. Madison mentioned that your family was struggling financially, so we figured inviting you to a Hawaii trip would just put you in an awkward position. And after texting with you, hearing about you borrowing from both your parents and loan companies, we realized there was no way we could ask you to come. So it wasn't about leaving you out on purpose, but if we're friends, shouldn't we support each other? If I'm struggling, shouldn't you all pitch in to help? Wait, what do you mean? Are you seriously this dense? I'm saying, you guys could just split my travel costs between you. From what I heard, this is a month's all-in trip, no kids, right? One extra person wouldn't cost that much. If you all just chipped in, it wouldn't even be a big deal. So yeah, I'm coming to Hawaii too. Give me the details. Wait a second. Are you saying we're supposed to pay for your trip? Even if it's a budget trip, it's still Hawaii. That's not something we can just do. We'll bring back lots of souvenirs, so please just stay home this time. Besides, you really shouldn't be spending beyond your means. And you definitely shouldn't expect others who have nothing to do with it to cover for you. Oh, here we go again. Athena's life lessons. Whatever, I'll just ask the other moms about the dates. Oh, I can't wait. Hawaii? We're definitely going scuba diving, right? We have to. I took swimming lesson as a kid, so I'm a pro at water sports. I can't wait to eat fresh poke and all the amazing seafood. Just to be clear, I already said no. The day of the trip. Morning, Athena. Madison told me this was the right day, so I only had $100 in my savings, but I used the budget airline and made it to Hawaii. By the way, have the others not arrived yet? I'm already at Honolulu Airport, so when you land, just pitch in $200 each for me. Wait, you expect each of us to give you $200? So you really were planning to rely on our money, Riley. Actually, I told Madison and the others to be vague about the trip if you ask, because we figured you might try to come alone. We're moms too. You think we could just ditch our kids for several nights? So we only stayed one night and then flew back. Looks like we missed each other. Oh, and yeah, we did go scuba diving. I was nervous since I'm not a great swimmer, but the instructor was really patient, and I got to see the most beautiful underwater scenery. No, no, no! I do not need to hear that right now. You already left? You guys are the worst. So you really went out of your way to keep me out? And you actually told everyone to lie to me? Why would you be so cruel? What did I ever do to you? Oh, come on, Riley. You can't even afford your own trip. Why would we invite you to Hawaii? I was actually trying to do you a favor by not inviting you. And yet, you forced your way here. Not only that, but you expected us to pay for you? Honestly, it was the right decision not to invite you. But just to be clear, we didn't intentionally exclude you out of malice. Oh, give me a break. I came here counting on you guys to help me out, and I only have $100 left. How am I supposed to get back home now? and I came all this way. I should at least get to enjoy it. Come on, can't you guys just wire me some money? Just $200 each? That's all I need. Shouldn't you be more worried about how you're getting home? A budget flight back should only cost around $100. The rest? Figure it out yourself. We're all adults here. I really wish we could have a more mature friendship, but it looks like that's not possible with you. And honestly, I think this kind of behavior is a bad influence on my son. So I'm going to ask him not to play with your son anymore. I'll also let the other moms know about all of this. Have a nice flight back. But wait, hold on a second. I just wanted to enjoy this trip like the rest of you. Epilogue. I later heard that Riley had no choice but to use her last $100 to fly back home. Apparently, she was still a little short on money, so she begged her husband to send her the rest. But he got furious, yelling, "Why are you off enjoying Hawaii by yourself?" And they had a huge fight. After getting scolded by her husband, she ended up taking a janitor job in the office building where I work. Seriously, having a friend like that is exhausting.